Today we are going to discuss about the temperature scales, numericals related to that, especially in class 7, class 8, class 9. Okay, we will be discussing the conversions from Celsius to Fahrenheit, Fahrenheit to Kelvin. Now, temperature we define it as the measure of degree of hotness or coldness of a body. So this temperature is expressed in degrees Celsius or Kelvin or degree Fahrenheit. Okay, these are three temperature scales to be used to find the temperature of a body. Okay, now the first temperature scale, that is thermometer, is the Celsius thermometer. This is the Celsius thermometer, which has lower fixed point 0 degrees Celsius, upper fixed point 100 degrees Celsius, right? Upper fixed point means this is the boiling point of water, pure water. Okay, this is upper fixed point. Okay, then we have the lower fixed point, that is the freezing point of pure water, which is of course 0 degrees Celsius. Okay, so this is the freezing point of water, of course, and this is the boiling point. Okay, here we have altogether 100 divisions. Each division corresponds to 1 degree Celsius. These are the divisions, okay, or graduations which are marked on the Celsius scale. So how many divisions are there? There are 100 divisions. Okay, then we have the next temperature scale, that is the Fahrenheit scale. This is the Fahrenheit scale of thermometer. This has the lower fixed point 32 degree F and the upper fixed point 212 degree F. Okay, which is the boiling point of pure water in Fahrenheit thermometer, and this is the freezing point of water in Fahrenheit thermometer. Both are for water. Okay, there are 180 divisions in this. Each division corresponds to 1 degree Fahrenheit. Okay, but the markings are 32 onwards. So after 32 this will be 33 Fahrenheit, 34, 35 up to 212. Okay, then we have the third scale of thermometer. All the names correspond to the scientists. Okay, Fahrenheit, Celsius. Then we have the Kelvin scale of thermometer. Okay, here the lower fixed point is 273 Kelvin. That means the freezing point of water, and the upper fixed point is 373 Kelvin. That is the boiling point of water, and here also we have 100 divisions on this scale, same as centigrade scale, right? So each division represents the temperature in Kelvin, read from 273 onward. That means after 273 we are going to get 274, 275 like this. Okay, now we are going to discuss the relation between the three. Okay, the relation is in between the three scales. Celsius, Fahrenheit, and Kelvin. In fact, the sums what you are getting, those are actually using the relations between the three scales, right? So we are going to derive the relation and then apply that in solving the numericals, right? So the conversion is as follows: a temperature in Celsius, okay, minus lower fixed point divided by upper fixed point minus lower fixed point. This is equal to a temperature in Fahrenheit minus lower fixed point by upper fixed point minus lower fixed point. All these parameters are for this particular scale. When we talk of upper fixed point, this is 212, lower fixed point 32, like that, equals to a temperature in Kelvin minus lower fixed point by upper fixed point minus lower fixed point, okay? Now let's start the values. C minus, the lower fixed point in this case is 0 degrees for Kelvin Celsius scale divided by upper fixed point 100 minus lower fixed point. This is equal to a temperature in Fahrenheit minus lower fixed point, that is 32, divided by 212 minus 32, okay, equals to a temperature in Kelvin minus 273, that's the lower fixed point, divided by upper fixed point, that is 373 minus 273, okay. We have just used the values of lower fixed point, upper fixed point from the concerned scales, okay. Now this can be simplified as C by 100 equals to F minus 32 by 180 equals to K minus 273 by 100, okay. If you cancel this by 20, okay, we are getting 5, 25 is 100, 29 is 180, 25 is 100. So the ultimate expression is C by 5 equal to F minus 32 by 9. This is equal to K minus 273 by 5. This information is only for you to understand. You may not be asked to derive how this relation came, but the application, when you are converting a temperature in Celsius to Fahrenheit, you can use this conversion. When you want to convert Fahrenheit to Kelvin, you can use this conversion. So this is the application, the formula which you need to solve the questions, okay. This is for you to understand how this relation came about, okay. Now students, I hope the derivation is clear and you have understood how to convert the temperature in Celsius to Fahrenheit, Fahrenheit to Kelvin. These are the conversions, okay. This is the relation between all the three scales of temperature: Celsius, Fahrenheit, Kelvin. Suppose you want to convert Celsius to Fahrenheit, you can pick these two relations. If you want to convert Fahrenheit to Kelvin, you can pick this relation. Now let's take one example. The Celsius temperature is given to you. Suppose it is 50 degrees Celsius, right? And the Fahrenheit temperature is missing. That means you want to convert a body's temperature in Celsius, 50 degrees Celsius, to Fahrenheit. Now the relation is the value of Fahrenheit equals to 9 by 5 into C within bracket, after this 9 by 5 into C plus 32, okay. This is the shortcut of this particular conversion, okay, because if you use these conversions there is a little bit more calculation. So here what you have to do, put the value of Celsius, that is 50 degree, over here, plus 32, okay. As it is, you know, by Boltzmann's rule, multiplication will be handled first. So it is coming 10 times. So 90, that is 9 into 10 plus 32, which is coming 122, okay. This is in Fahrenheit, right? Suppose the question is in Fahrenheit. The same question we are discussing. Suppose the Fahrenheit temperature of the body is 122 degree and you want to convert into Celsius. Then what about that conversion? There is a shortcut for this. The value of Celsius temperature equals to 5 out of 9 multiplied by F minus 32. Okay? This is the shortcut for this relation, right? So we are given Fahrenheit 122. So 5 by 9 multiplied by, solve the bracket first, 122 minus 32. Okay? So here we have 90 for this subtraction multiplied by 5 by 9, right? So 9 cancel this 10 times, so we have 50 degrees Celsius. Okay? This conversion is absolutely opposite of this numerical, right? Having known Celsius, you found the Fahrenheit, that came 122, and if Fahrenheit temperature is 122, you want to find Celsius, you use this particular relation. So this is the conversion from Celsius to Fahrenheit, Fahrenheit to Celsius. Now we have the conversion for Kelvin scale. Okay? Suppose the question asks Celsius degree to Kelvin scale. Okay? Then there is a very simple conversion. Please don't use the formula for these two. Okay? C by 5 equals to K minus 273 by 5. There is a very simple conversion. That means Celsius to Kelvin. If you want, you just add 273 so that you get Kelvin scale. Similarly, if you want to convert Kelvin scale to Celsius degree, then simply subtract 273 from Kelvin, you will get the temperature in Celsius. Okay? So these are very important conversions from Celsius to Kelvin, especially when you are handling the questions in MCQ. So you don't have to use heavy calculations. This will help you out. Okay? Now, there may be some difficult questions, okay, in which you need to solve the calculations. Suppose the question is, what is the temperature on Celsius which is same as Fahrenheit? Okay, that means you have to find what is the temperature on Celsius that remains same in Fahrenheit. Okay, so you can use either this relation or this relation, whichever is easy for you. So before that, the solution will start like this. Let Celsius temperature be X, Fahrenheit temperature be X. Okay. Now if you use this particular relation, it is X equal to 5 by 9. This one we can mend. C we have taken as X. This is equal to 5 by 9 times X minus 32. Okay. Here you can cross multiply. 9x equal to 5x minus 160. Okay. Now if you shift x over here, it is 9x minus 5x equal to minus 160. Be particular about the sign. So you are getting 4x equal to minus 160. So x comes to minus 40 degrees. That means the temperature in Celsius, if you take minus 40 degrees, okay, and if you want to convert into Fahrenheit, you will be getting the same answer. So this is the question, that what temperature in Celsius is same on Fahrenheit. So we took Celsius temperature X, Fahrenheit temperature X, and used any one relation, either this or this. So these could be a bit complicated questions that you may come across. Now let us consider some more questions. Suppose you are given a question in which you are required to find the expressions in terms of x. This was one question. Look at another related question. What is the temperature on Celsius that becomes double in Kelvin scale? Okay. Now we are connecting Celsius and Kelvin. As I told you, the simple relation is C plus 273 equal to Kelvin. Now the solution is as follows. Let Celsius temperature be X. Okay. That becomes double in Kelvin. So the Kelvin temperature will be 2x, right? And now we are going to use the relation C plus 273 equal to K, connecting Celsius and Kelvin. C we have taken as X plus 273 equals to 2x. Now if you shift x on the right hand, you get 2x minus x equal to 273. That is x equals to 273. That is Celsius, right? Because we have taken x as the Celsius temperature. Now what about Kelvin? As the conversion, you know, to convert Celsius to Kelvin, we add 273. So since the Celsius temperature was x, the Kelvin temperature becomes 2x. This is one way you can get 546. That is 2 into 273. Or you can use the conversion Celsius equals to Kelvin equals to Celsius, that is C plus 273. Since you got Celsius temperature x as 273 plus 273, so this is coming 546. This is the Kelvin temperature. So this could be one question, okay, in which you have to frame equation and connect the temperature scales respectively, okay. If the same question is asked like here, sum number 3, what is the Celsius temperature that becomes double in Fahrenheit? Okay. That means if Celsius temperature is x, then the Fahrenheit temperature comes 2x. Okay. Now what is the relation between Celsius and Fahrenheit? As we discussed two relations, we can use any one of them. Suppose Celsius equals to 5 by 9 within bracket F minus 32, right? Here put Celsius as x and Fahrenheit as 2x, right? Now cross multiply. 9x equals to 5 times 2, that is 10x minus 5 into this, that is 160. Okay, so that brings 9x minus 10x equal to minus 160. So minus x equal to minus 160. The negative signs get cancelled. So x equal to 160 degrees, because we took x as Celsius. So the answer is 160 degrees Celsius. This is the Celsius temperature. So Celsius temperature, if it is 160, then the Fahrenheit temperature is twice of that. So it is coming 2 times 160, that is 320. Okay. If you want, you can check the answer. Just put Celsius as 160. The Fahrenheit temperature comes to 320. That is what we say, that the temperature in Fahrenheit is double of Celsius. Okay. This is 320 degree F. Okay. So this is one type of question. So in all the questions, one thing is very clear. If the temperature is given in one temperature scale, I mean one thermometer like Celsius, you want to convert to Kelvin, so use the formula. Okay. Similarly, Celsius to Fahrenheit, Fahrenheit to Celsius, all these are based on converting using the formulas. But there is yet another type of questions. Sometimes the questions are asked rise in temperature in Celsius. Okay, and you have to compare that with rise in Fahrenheit, rise in Kelvin. So let us discuss now the questions based on rise in temperature scales, right? You can see in the thermometer shown above, each of these particular temperature scales, the number of divisions are marked. Okay, like here we have 100 divisions Celsius, 180 in Fahrenheit, 100 in Kelvin. Okay, now let me connect the relation rise of 100 divisions in Celsius, that is from 0 to 100. Okay, this is equal to rise of 180 divisions in Fahrenheit, which is equal to, here the rise is 100, same as Celsius, rise of 100 divisions in Kelvin. Okay, so the 100 divisions in Celsius equal to 180 divisions in Fahrenheit, which is equal to 100 divisions in Kelvin scale. Now the question is like this: if the rise in temperature in Fahrenheit is 45 degrees, find the rise in temperature in Celsius. Remember, this is not the temperature of a body, it is the rise in temperature. Suppose the rise in temperature in Fahrenheit is from, suppose you say 30 degree, okay, to, let us take 85. Okay, suppose the rise is from 20 to 30, that is 10 degrees. Then what is the rise in this? So we have taken that the rise in temperature in Fahrenheit is 45 degrees. Okay, you want to find what is the rise in Celsius. Okay, having given the rise in temperature in Fahrenheit, we are going to use the equation between Celsius and Fahrenheit. That's absolutely correct. So the solution will be as follows: if the rise in temperature in Fahrenheit is 180, why? Because we are taking the whole span, then this is equal to rise of 100 divisions in Celsius. Okay, I repeat once again, if the rise in temperature, now this is the basic statement. Okay, if the rise in temperature is Fahrenheit is 180, that's between the lower and upper fixed point, then the rise of 100 divisions Celsius, that is between 0 and 100. Now in unitary method, you know, whatever is given we place on the left hand side. Having known the temperature rise in Fahrenheit, we are using this on left hand side. If the rise in temperature in Fahrenheit is 1 degree, okay, then the rise in temperature in Celsius will be 100 by 180. Okay, now if the rise in temperature in Fahrenheit is 45 degrees, that's given in the question, then the rise in Celsius will be 100 by 180 into 45. Okay, 0 cancels over here, 9 2s, 9 5s, 2 5s, so it's coming 25 degrees Celsius rise. Okay, now suppose if the question says if the rise in Celsius is 25 degree from here to here, that 25 rise may be from 10 to 35. Okay, not exactly from 0 to 25. Okay, this is the rise. Rise means the difference between the final reading and initial reading, right? So if the question is, if the rise in Celsius is given and you want to find the rise in Fahrenheit, then you can reverse the statement, right? So the question will be like this: rise in Celsius 25 degrees, then find the rise in Fahrenheit. Okay, so let's reverse the statement. Because we are given rise in Celsius, so write the solution will be, if the rise in Celsius is 100, then in Fahrenheit the rise is 180. Okay, if the rise in Celsius is 1, then in Fahrenheit it will be 180. Keep this 100 below, that is by 100. Okay, if the rise in Celsius is 25 here, then the rise in Fahrenheit will be 180 by 100 into 25. Okay, 25 cancels 4 times. 180 by 4 is left, and that is 45 degrees rise in Fahrenheit. Okay, so this is how we can get to solve the questions if the rise in temperature is given. Okay, so don't confuse the rise in temperature with temperature of a body. Okay, both the patterns have been discussed. I hope this is very clear to you. Okay, thanks for watching.